Welcome everybody to another episode of the Wide Right Natty Lite betting show. We're back again this week after taking a week off. I'm Levi Stevenson with Jacob England and Austin Keeney. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
Not good.
Not good.
Vibes are bad. We got to talk about basketball.
I respect that. Yeah. So today we're going to talk a little bit about, I would say, basketball and do our kind of our usual around the country picks. Today's sponsor, our show is obviously sponsored by DRF Sportsbook. Great sportsbook based here in Iowa. They have lots of great deals all over the place. They frequently have pretty unique parlays and prop bets and things like that, and you can pair up different things for really interesting betting options. And you can also use code WRNL1000 to receive a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 when you sign up for a DRF account. So definitely go ahead and use that. You get some free money to throw around. It's usually a pretty good time. So let's get right into Iowa State, which we obviously weren't here last week, so we didn't take any bets on the Oklahoma or West Virginia games. I would have taken us to lose both of those, but kind of depressing how they happened. Both of them were second half collapses. Oklahoma's just happened a lot earlier in the game, 61-50 Sooners at the end. And then West Virginia, that whole debacle. I mean, they were better offensively, but just still not good, just better than usual, which is usually very bad. They've got one more game left this season, which is this Saturday at Baylor. Ken Pom currently has it at a 72-66 game. 29% chance for Iowa State to win before heading to the Big 12 tournament. Austin, is there any way you're putting money on Iowa State for this game?
No chance.
No chance, even to cover.
Nope. Baylor's a machine at home, by the way. They make every single three they take in Waco. I can't explain it, but they are just incredible offensively. I feel like if Iowa State's down by 10 points, the game's over. Like it's going to happen quick. It's not going to be fun. It reminds me a lot of the Texas game that we played a couple of weeks ago. It's just, I am not putting any money on it. If I'm wrong, then I reverse jinx the team, and you're welcome, everybody.
Jacob.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that. I think that's an accurate score. I think actually Baylor might score just a little bit more. Iowa State's just in a rut right now, and Baylor's really doing well at the home stretch. They just beat Texas, so I can't bet for Iowa State.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Baylor's been one of the hottest teams in Big 12 play the last couple months. The last month and a half, they've been the hottest team in the conference, basically. And Iowa State is the coldest team in the conference by far. And there's no clear fix for Iowa State for the offensive problems going forward, because they're just they're not really missing anybody that they weren't missing the whole season. This one just seems like one of those, you just go in, do your best, have fun, and be fine with a 10-point loss on this one, and just limp the almightiest of limps into the conference tournament, where Iowa State could be playing on Wednesday. And we don't know exactly who that's going to be. It could be West Virginia, who they just lost to on Monday. Obviously we don't know who they'd be playing yet or anything like that. I guess I don't know how you guys are feeling right now about Iowa State's chances to get a game in Kansas City, or I'm not sure what to make of this, honestly. I don't do we want Iowa State to make a long run in Kansas City? I mean, you do, but also they need to get healthy and they need rest. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence here. Where are you guys at with it, Jacob?
Yeah, they need rest. They need to get back to their old selves, but you also want that deep run, because this last few weeks has just been atrocious. So I would think that you would want that deep run. But you do have a point there. I mean, you want to get them healthy, and that's like devil's advocate right there.
Yeah, Austin?
I'm fully on board for give me a long tournament run. this team needs something to feel good about. And honestly,
totally fair.
After leaving that West Virginia game last night, I felt worse because they played a good game and it still wasn't enough to beat the 7th or 8th best team in the Big 12 on their home court with a raucous crowd. So
Right.
they need something to feel good about going into the big dance. I know the value of extra rest and getting healthy, but if you need some momentum heading into the tournament. I know last year we lost by a million points in the first round of the Big 12 tournament and made the Sweet 16, but you can't just expect that to repeat itself. And honestly,
Right.
as Iowa State fans, I don't want that to happen again. I don't want every year to be limping to the finish line in February and then maybe getting hot in the tournament because that's fluky. You can't count on that.
Yeah. Yep. I would agree. And that I can honestly be talked to it either way, where rest is good, or I want the deep tournament run to get them in or back them, just get some sort of rhythm back. Now, granted, whoever they're going to play in the NCAA tournament is like probably not going to be anywhere near as good as the competition they've been typically facing up to this point, just because they've been just going through the Big 12, which is probably the best basketball conference that has ever existed in any given single year. And it's a meat grinder that whoever they play in the first round is not going to be as physical as Iowa State is, and which could be good or could be bad. Who knows? But you know, I don't know. To me, you'd hope that the first round is a good chance for them to also develop some rhythm and stuff like that, and hopefully keep it moving. But NCAA tournament single elimination. If they take one extra game to get going, then they don't get the extra game to keep playing. So, you know, who knows? I don't know. This Iowa State team is confounding because it just seems like they should be a lot better than they are. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe the talent on the roster isn't there yet, or as far as like shooters and things like that. And they're obviously missing a point guard. But
so funny enough, we talked about this on the Lightcast that we recorded the other night, Dylan and I. We reread our season preview basically, and just about everybody had us winning 17 or 16 regular season games and like anywhere from 6 to 8 Big 12 games. So in a weird way, we're kind of exceeding expectations, but also it feels really, really
so it feels horrible to hit what we thought they were going to be. This is the worst like on par I've ever heard, like I've ever felt in my life. Like it's like, you know, in golf when you put it in the trees and then you make a nice shot on the green, you save par. It's the opposite of that. Like saving par in this one is just the worst. it's missing the 4-foot birdie putt. And
I played the best round of my life, but I double bogeyed the last 3 holes.
Right, exactly. And then it just ended up at 2 over or something like that. It feels bad right now, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if there is a fix on the roster. So I don't know what it is, but hopefully they can get it figured out. Either way, it's been a fun season so far, and they've got a few games left. Minimum 3 games. So let's talk about our national stuff. I know last time, I've been kind of leaning towards the Premier League stuff. Austin's been picking up on some racing. We also have XFL betting that we can do, so that's pretty fun. So let's dig into kind of the national stuff that we're looking at for the next week. We'll start with you, Austin.
Okay. These next 3 weeks are the absolute peak if you're a college basketball fan. So this week, what I'm going to be on are the mid-major conference tournaments. It is so much fun. A lot of these leagues are whoever wins the tournament is getting in. Everybody else is out. So every game has everything on the line. Specific tournaments I'm watching, the Missouri Valley, that's obviously got the local connection. Drake has a great shot at winning that tournament. I see that they're favored on DRF right now. Other tournaments like the Sun Belt Conference, the top 4 teams are all, throw a blanket over them. The Horizon League has 4 quality teams that could maybe spring an upset. So if you're like trying to find that sleeper or that 12 or 13 seed that's going to win a game in the first round, watch mid-major basketball this week. Bet it. It's a lot of fun. Don't take it too seriously because you probably haven't watched any of these teams like I have. I've been dabbling in the A-Sun tournament and winning some bets, losing some bets, but it's fun. So that's what I'm in on.
Very good. Jacob, what do you got?
I am going into the XFL. I'm actually going to support some Cyclones, former Cyclones, for St. Louis Battlehawks. They are 3-0 right now. They're looking awesome. I think if you're a bettor, these guys are kind of the fourth quarter comeback gurus, know how to get going. So I'm gonna actually, I would bet for the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Very good. Who do they got this weekend?
They have. Wow, you got me on the spot. DC Defender. Sorry, there you go.
They have DC. All right.
So who all? That's Hakeem Butler.
Yep.
Mike
Rose, and
someone else,
right? Hakeem Butler, Mike Rose, and Willie Harvey.
Yeah.
And Rocco Beck's dad is the head coach.
And Rocco Beck's dad is the head coach. And Landon Akers plays for somebody.
It was they were playing against each other.
Yeah, they played last week, I think. Landon Akers is on a team too.
I'll go on.
We'll figure it out. So just to keep on theme here, I'm gonna stick in the Premier League. There's a couple different things I'm looking at here. One, this Liverpool-Manchester United game virtually all Premier League games are always set over under at 2.5. Manchester City, if you're looking at this coming Sunday, Liverpool and Manchester United has an over under at 2.5 of 2.5 at plus 120 to hit the under. I hate that very, very much. You're taking the over. The over is at minus 148. Not tremendous value, but honestly, that kind of feels like free money. Both of those are pretty high scoring units. However, if you go to the other direction, Chelsea and Leeds United. Leeds is not great. Chelsea is abysmal on offense. Under 2.5 as at plus 100. Again, not long odds, but that's just one you can feel really good about. Chelsea does not score goals, and Leeds is kind of bad. They're okay. They're not great though. So if you want a couple score lines, but if you want a good money line this weekend, trying to see if there's a really interesting one here. Taking Tottenham over the Wolves at plus 128, pretty good. I like that there too. So there's a few really interesting ones coming up in the Premier League as well if you're into that kind of thing. But it's soccer and it's not everybody's thing, but I'm into it. So
Landon Akers was on the Sea Dragons.
Seattle?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. There you go. Fun thing about betting Premier League or soccer under and overs and stuff like that too is that you're almost always like on a razor's edge or whatever, because it's 2.5. So it's 2-0, 3-1 or something, 2-1, whatever it is. That's the difference between winning and losing your over under. So you're always like really, really close on those. It's usually kind of edge of your seat stuff if you're on the over under on those. So, but anyways, if you guys want, let's do a kind of our running bet for the week. If you remember last time I had Chelsea Southampton. I had Chelsea minus 130 over Southampton. They drew, so I lost that. Tyrese Halliburton did not win the 3-point contest, so Austin lost his. Texas Tech did cover 8 points against West Virginia because they won. So we are looking this week. What are you guys putting money on? If you have odds for it right now, I'll take those. Otherwise, give me your bet and how much you're putting on it.
Well, I am going to go with the Battlehawks. I am actually doing a parlay. So I'm going to have the Battlehawks to win it.
Okay.
And then the under of 36.5. And the odds are plus 307.
Okay. So you're taking Battlehawks at, what was it?
Plus 110.
Okay.
And then the under of 36.5 at minus 107.
Okay, and you're taking the under. So then, are you doing that as a parlay?
Yes, I'm doing that as a parlay.
So what's your total? What's your total odd?
Plus 307.
Plus 307. Very good. Okay, Austin, what do you got?
Yep. So my best bet is going to be, there's some early lines for these conference tournaments and who's going to win them. The West Coast Conference, Gonzaga minus 118. I think that is a slam dunk. I guess that's pun intended, but I think Gonzaga is absolutely going to win that tournament. They're probably going to play St. Mary's in the final. They just played St. Mary's on Saturday and beat them pretty handily. So
yep.
I really like that it's close to even odds because Gonzaga gets a bye into the semifinals and they beat up everybody in that conference anyway. So they only have to win 2 games, and they're far and away the most talented team in the conference.
Very good. Okay. I'm trying to think to see if there was any interesting XFL ones I wanted to jump on, but I'm not gonna this time.
While you're looking that up, I saw one more thing. Looking at some of the March Madness stuff. So
yep.
We have markets for seeds. Iowa State's seed right now on DRF over under 6.5. Anybody gonna go ahead and anybody taking over that, or let me just throw that out there. Will it be worse than a 6 seed? Because you can put money on that right now. If we lose the next 2, I think we're gonna be like an 8 or a 9. So
sure. Yeah.
Keep that in the back pocket.
I'm looking here at some really interesting some baseball futures. Because spring training's up and running, feeling pretty good about all that. I'm gonna do a baseball futures parlay here. I'm not gonna do that, not for our running bet. But one national thing I'm gonna kind of look at, not for a running bet, but just one thing that's interesting here. I like I'm gonna pick some Central Division futures here. I'm gonna take the Cardinals to win the NL Central, and I'm gonna take what was that?
Just Go ahead.
And then I'm going to take the White Sox to win the AL Central. That might be dumb money, but I like the White Sox.
Austin's having a seizure over there.
Give me Austin. I didn't intentionally pick both of the Cubs rivals, but that's just kind of how it worked out. It's funny because you actually even have the W behind you.
If you don't like having money, then those are great picks.
Oh, okay. Yes. Well, I'm just looking at the Cardinals having a couple guys with, top 10 MVP odds, and having a pretty decent pitching staff. Need some more work, but not bad. But, who else in that division is going to push the Cardinals? I mean, the Brewers maybe, I guess. But
hey, we're back. Cody Bellinger's
washed. Are you kidding?
Redemption year.
He's washed.
Redemption year.
Cody Bellinger's washed.
We've got some great middle infield defense this year.
And the rest of the team is hot donkey poo.
We'll ask you and mid-season how that's going to do.
The Cubs are horrible. All right, well.
We might be frisky enough to win 81 games. We might be able to go 500.
Okay, fair enough.
Stance on the Cubs.
I wish I could get I wish I could get a little bit further out. Let's see. I was hoping that they would have him available because now Patrick Kane is officially no longer a Blackhawk, which makes me extremely sad. I was hoping that they'd have a prop for him as a scorer, but he probably is not going to play for the Rangers right away. So we're gonna make some really dumb, uninformed NASCAR picks here because I don't really watch NASCAR that much anymore. All right. But all right, so Pennzoil 400. I don't even know what track that's at. What track is that at, Austin?
Las Vegas.
It's on Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a dumb track. My NASCAR knowledge is like 2005 and earlier. I remember I'd never liked Las Vegas. Let's take Martin Truex on the money on for the win there, plus 1,100 at Las Vegas this weekend.
I like that.
Martin Truex Jr.
Good pick.
Is that who you were going to take?
Got a fast car. Probably.
There you go. They're all fast cars, but. All right, so yeah, I've got Martin Truex to win this weekend at Las Vegas. Austin's got Gonzaga to win their conference tournament at minus 118, and Jacob's got a Battlehawks parlay at plus 307 for this week. So that'll wrap it up for this week. Everybody, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys again next week. For Jacob England and Austin Keeney, I'm Levi Stevenson. You guys have a great week, and go win some money or something, I guess. I don't know. All right.